Bright start. Yes, bright start from the Moroccan, and it is the new man at Bayern Munich, Saibari, with his second goal of the World Cup already. Yes, he's making a claims to be one of the hot striker in the World Cup at this moment. Looking at a very good game, the Tartan Army. What can they do? Look, the Tartan Army won a game versus the Haitian team, right? And they didn't do much in that game, and they still have a few Scottish journalists, the pundits as well, in the UK talking about they're looking much forward for those two games, against Morocco and Brazil. If they don't get something from this, they're going out as much as they would have won that first game. But I think I've seen enough, from the Scotland team where they just cannot get on the ball. They cannot create much for themselves. And to come up against a very good Morocco team, the pressing machine, I'm not sure if they can get anything positive from this game. There will be a lucky team to get out of this then and walk away with a point, or even so with 3 points as well. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it, man, where they make a few changes and they go in with 5 at the back and 4 man in the midfield. You know, Arts, former striker Shackland, is on the bench. Pattis came on for Icky as well. I think Christie came in the starting 11. As I'm like, Steve Clark has made some weird start. If you look at Christie is in the team. Where's Ben Ganan Doak? He's the outlet. He's the outlet of the Scotland team. Who on the Scotland team going to beat anyone with pace and with a 1v1 battle? Nobody in the Scotland team can beat who are lined up in the attacking third. You're talking about Tierney. Are you talking about Jean Mackin? None of these players, yes, it might, the new formation, 5 at the back or 4 in the midfield or 5 in the midfield, really can give Scott McTominay to play a bit more close, to Che Adams. You get what I'm saying? Which in the first game it was a flat 4-4-2. He was double pivoting with Fergie in the midfield, and he would never get the much of license to go forward. As you know, 4-man midfield, 2 in the middle of the pitch is very difficult to go up and down and to advance in the advanced areas like how Scott McTominay have advanced. It would have been a much difficult task. But let me just say this, man. Nobody in the Scotland team can really go at any one of these Moroccan players. John Mackin not going to beat. So I don't know what Steve Clark, is doing. I think the starting 11. I believe the starting 11 is tripping at this moment. Yeah, I believe the starting 11 is really tripping at this moment, to be honest. If you ask me, the starting 11 is not going nowhere for me. It's not going nowhere for me, if you ask me. Be very surprised. I think Scotland should head back home to Scotland, if you ask me. Yeah, Scotland should head back home because Steve Clark will come under heavy criticism if he doesn't get anything from this game. A point in this game will more looking at, and there's another opportunity again. Oh, almost could have been 2-0. Almost could have been 2-0. And Saibari the attack again. And it was Ryan Christie. Yeah, it was Ryan Christie lose out in the middle of the pitch. Easily, the first 10 minutes, Scotland would have been 2-0 down if that chance would have taken, to be honest. Saibari missed it. And the player on the back post also missed it as well. Boy, it's going down for Scotland at this moment. It is going down for the Tartan Army. It's not looking so wonderful at this moment for the Tartan Army. They're going to need goal scorers. They're going to need players that's going to be the outlets, that's going to be the decisive one of going 1v1, bringing the pace, bringing the game towards the attacking players, being an outlet. There's no real skillful dribbler. And there it goes again, the Moroccan team and the break, and it's Saibari, and they're breaking much faster. And it is Morocco. And there's another opportunity. Oh, and it's a misplaced pass. It is a misplaced pass as well for the Moroccan number. I think it was the number 23, El Canous over on his left hand side. Scotland is up against it at this moment. They are up against it. They think that this is going to be an easy rollover. It's not going to be an easy rollover game. This game is going to be even much difficult than the Haitian game. It's a much difficult game. The Moroccan team will create more deadly opportunity. They will take the opportunity. And if you give them any real sniff, they will pounce and they will hit the back of the net. And look at the wonderful goal that Saibari scored. So they're already on the back foot, 11 minutes in, and they're looking real. It's Hakimi over on that left hand side. It's 10 minutes in, 11 minutes in. They're looking more of the team that's under the cash at this moment. I'm not seeing Kieran Tierney will beat Hakimi, for pace. I'm not seeing Jean Magin will beat Mazwari for pace or any skills. I'm not seeing it. So what is the purpose? What is the real setup? What is the gain for this game for the starting level? You know what I'm saying? What he's trying to achieve with the starting level with no Dowk in the starting level, someone that who was very good and instrumental to the chances that the Scotland team created down that right hand side as well. They're right up against it. They're right up against it. The Scotland team, they're up against it at the highest right now. Yeah, we look at some of the stats. 70, 80, 22. They are right up against it, man. Touches into the box, 2 to 4. Big chances, 2 big chances are created for the Moroccan team. Accurate passes, 26. They are right up against this. No real attempt from the Scottish team as yet. When was the last time these two teams played? 1998. Morocco would have won 3-0. That was in the World Cup as well. Yeah, man. 13 minutes, the time is flying so fast. The game is playing at a lot of speed. And the next game will be the Haitians versus the Brazilian team as well. Big game coming up for both teams. As both teams going into this that encounter with both teams dropping points in their first 80 drop 3 points. Brazil will drop 2 points. Both teams will be looking to picking up as well. So let's see. But it is just going to be very difficult if this 80 team going to get anything from that Brazil game. Tartan Army. The game intensity seems like it's kind of slowed down just a bit, just a moment. But Scotland should be happy, with themselves, with the game being a bit slow at this moment. The tempo is not high, but Morocco looking well comfortable on the ball. What the Tartan Army showed, look, the team, on the pitch in that Asian game where they look more of a defensive team than of an attacking team. They scored in the 30 something minute. From there, they just never look the team like it was, in the first quarter of that first half. So I really want to see how long they're going to soak up the pressure and try to get some productivity done in the game on their end where they can cause this Morocco team to live on the back foot, have moments, ask questions from their defensive line as well. When you look at the two centre backs, you know, um, Issa Diop and also Riyadh, you never really ask a lot of questions, from the Brazilian team, and you're wondering if the Scotland team will ask those questions from them, so back to back corner for the Moroccan team as well. This game is in Boston. I think it's playing at the New England Revolution Stadium, which is the New England Patriots NFL stadium. So official grass is playing are laid over, the oh my god, what a shot from Budaya. Why the Scotland players are not pushing, like push the team back. The keeper won the ball, go up the pitch, go high. Ask the fullbacks to push. It's like everyone is in a same line in the fullback where the back two of the two centre backs and the Patterson and the Rabo, ask them to go a bit higher, man. Pull this team back. You have to do something. Cannot be stagnant. The runners have to keep moving. Who's going to create this width for the Scotland team? Can't just be the two fullbacks. You have to, to get the best out of your wingers over Hakimi and Mazwari, you have to double team them, and you have to ask other Moroccan players to come over and help, and that will, surely leave some gaps and room in the middle of the pitch as well. Just ask them to do stuff that the Brazilian team didn't ask. Overlap on them, double team them up in the attacking areas. Try to beat them with clever passes as well. We are coming right up to the first hydration break in this game. And it is a free kick. Well done from Che Adams. Well done, from Issa Diop. Well done, you have done enough to get, and that's a clever move as well. You wondering if Che Adams was going to get behind, Diop. That was a clever move from Che Adams. That was a clever move. That's one of the move that you're really asking, Che Adams to make. So at least that ball over the top, can be there at times. It cannot just be, passing the ball squares from two center backs to the midfielders and getting it square and the wide left, wide right. You have to be direct at some point. Ask them questions, and Scott McTominay is very good in the air. Yeah, the back line is very good in the air as well. Not so bad. Not so bad, Well tried from Scotland, but have to be better than that. Have to be better than that with the set piece. Here goes gun goes long again towards that Kieran Tierney. That's a foul on Akimi. Pep Guardiola is in the stadium watching on as well. And that's absolutely stunner from Saibari. Absolutely stunner. So we're into the second half of the first 45 minutes, and it is Bono with a long direct free kick, trying to get it deep as possible into the Scotland defensive third as the sun is dipping in Boston at this moment to the sunset, all the way up in the northeast. Scotland 3 points in the group. Brazil 80 will play later, so you might see some changes in the point standing as well. Morocco is on 4 as results stand. Be looking well comfortable as well going to that last game, as you think, or many teams think in this World Cup, trying to get into the round of 32. 4 points should get you one of those best third spot. I believe that be very rare, to see a team finish the group stage with 5 points and be in third spot. So, more likely the fourth spot is that the third spot will be a very good mark, with 4 points as well. So let's see how that one will finish. But yeah, with 3 points for the Moroccan, they will be looking with more than 2 foot in the knockout round. They would like to finish off and close off with 7 points if they can beat Scotland, beat the Haitian team as well. That will put them on 7. That will put them amongst big boys. And it's another looking dangerous attack as well from Brahim Diaz down that right hand side, as he was very good as well. Yeah, he was very good as well in that Brazil game, as he's trying to set up the AS Roma midfielder. Oh, get that one down on target. Gun is in problem inside of the goal. Not sure they're getting the most influential players in on the ball. I think times McTominay dropping deep, trying to pick up that pass. They really bypass it, been playing, just trying to play in a bit more safe. Yeah, just trying to play in a bit more safe, the Moroccan team, but it's looking good. It's looking okay, so far. Scotland will be very pleased, with themselves, to be honest, but will be disappointed, to allow themselves to concede such an early goal in the first 2 minutes of the game. But Scotland need to get some possession on the ball. They need to get more possession on the ball. It cannot just be looking like as if it's a one. Oh, McGinn, lose out and again lose out on that ball. It's a well recovered run from the Scotland defender. Who was that? And it's a foul. Was that Lewis Ferguson running back? Ferguson checking back as well for his national team. Very good recovery run from the player. Turkey and Paraguay will be up next. Will be in later game. Yes, Turkey and Paraguay will be later as well. That game will be 11 p.m. Eastern time. Much better from the Scottish, but again, Boudoir, very clever. Two Moroccan players are down at this moment. It's Mazwari to his fullback partner. It's Brahim Diaz. The pressure, the pressure, the pressure. The possession is 64 to 36. This moment. I would like to see Scott McTominay a bit more into the game. I would like, to him to play a lot closer to Che Adams and what he's doing at this moment. You want to get one of your most dangerous midfield player, playing our positioning more on the attacking end, for when the Scottish, get possession with the ball, give them a bit more of a freedom, give them more options up front as well, allow the game to even go a bit more direct as well if you need it, because Che Adams not going to win many direct passes, when you have two defenders like Diop and also Riyadh is in the back. They're not going to give up too much of those opportunity to Che Adams. So, it's more of ball to feet, and it's Mazwar going that left hand side. Oh, and it's looking dangerous again from the Moroccan. Very threatening coming down that left hand side. Not a wasteful moment. The Moroccan team have to take a chance with one of these opportunities before the Scottish team gets something, because you never know. Football is a funny thing where team that's defending just found something and equalize the game. And they could just drag the game right down to the wire and draw that game 0-0, and that would have been a massive point for Scotland. Here goes Hakim down that right hand side again, pushing the Scotland defensive line deep into their box. And it's Brahim Diaz on the ball, twisting and turning, trying to get something into the box, twisting and turning out there. The cross wasn't there. Oh, he drive that one right into the heart of the Scotland box, but nothing. And here goes the break now, and it's Scotland on the break. Tierney, like, look, this is what I'm saying. There's no one in this team that can break with the ball. No one. Tierney seems like he was he was running into slow motion. There's no one in this team that can really break with the ball. Scotland cannot just rely on set piece in this game. Cannot just rely on set piece. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen, man. This Mazwari winning that battle. And you could see the pump on these Moroccan fans' face. They're feeling at this moment a win more likely will secure, a very good top 8 third place spot going into the run of 32 with 4 points. You're looking pump at this moment in a Bono with a spot kick. People, has been a long day, From before the sunrise, work straight off the bat, get off the clock, doing some live stream, watching some games. No sleep for the tired. Very clever move from Brahim Diaz. And he's just swarmed by the Scottish player in that midfield. And he's trying to break. And it's like you see, like Scotland team is attacking, but there's no real option. It's sprinting forward. Like you cannot get those breaks. And there's no one really sprinting and giving the player option that's on the ball. Che Adams, he's going to always be in the central part of the pitch. So he's going to be around at least 2 players from Morocco team. And when the team is defending with a Scotland break, you're always going to find players running towards Che Adam because he's really only the real forward man in this team. Jean Magin and Tierney, I don't know, man. Like, there's no outlet. You see, Scotland won the ball, but where was the option on the bench? On the wing, where's the option? It's crazy. Musa win from El Canus. And it's Ainley, very good defending from the Hibernian man at the back. Morocco place. Morocco pick, although Brazil is my birthplace. The Morocco team is very good on their day, playing full swing. Their team is very good. They're very good at this moment. Very good cross in the box. That's a very good cross. Honina and carrot in our ways. Those boy bullet in the face. It's 5 minutes already left in the first half. Time is not waiting on no man. It's very good cross into the box from Patterson. And it's John Magin on the back post. Oh my God. That's a very good cross from Rabba as well. But you're wondering if Magin could have done something better on that back post. We are not on Poch top list. Did you observe that? Yeah, I saw his face in the lateral part of the game, especially when they're showing Mama and Papa in the stadium watching on. I'm still wondering who and when he came up with that Sergino this to be the right winger. I think that's a brilliant move. Not many of us, would have seen that one coming as well. But yeah, it's crazy where cannot get in the team, to be honest. After even leading 2-0 comfortably versus Australia as well. You look at the Australian team who will go at the US team at that time. You would want to have that local experience and that pace of where of getting the ball, breakout and wide areas as well and threatening behind, that team, but it just didn't come. And I think something is going on where he's just not on his top list at this moment. So let's see what will happen. But Scotland is on the front foot at this moment, attacking, getting set pieces as well. Now this is a throw-in, and the referee is a blow on. Very comfortable. Yeah, I think they just allow this Australian team, with the ball. I think say, hey, you come break us down. But again, the US look very comfortable as well, with their two-nil lead in the game. As much as they came under some attacking threats, I just think they were very comfortable as well of dealing with that. But they're marching on, and they're marching on proudly as well, with a lot of confidence going forward. And I think that's something should be studied as well. Another knockout run berth for the US men's national team, the second team in this World Cup. Two teams that's advanced so far as co-host. So we're waiting on what Canada. More likely Canada will at this point, if they go on and not to get any more points, they will get a third spot. Definitely get the third spot. Not seeing any one of those third spot, and it is half time at this moment. Yes, so we'll be back, people. I'll be back. I will be back. I will be right back. I'm going to say this in a way where seeing Scotland kicking off that second half and then kick the ball wide deep into the corner flag of the Moroccan defensive third. That's one of the most stupidest tactics I've ever seen in football. That's one of the most stupidest tactics I've ever seen, in football, where the opposition team is giving away the ball to the team that is leading, right? And you need a goal. I just cannot see how can you score a sure goal where you can get back yourself in the game without the ball. I just cannot see it happen. I don't know. Whatever logic any coach can really come around with that, but that's one of the most stupidest tactics I've ever seen in football, where the team is just giving away the ball. Like without the ball, it's much more difficult to score. With the ball, there's a higher possibility that you can get a goal right after kickoff in the next 15 seconds. So I don't know, man. That time that you waste, to hit the ball deep into the defensive third, into the corner flag of that opposition team, you could have tried at least attack with the ball. That team just going to make, and it's a possibility of a Scotland penalty, and they're going to grab at anything or clutch at any straw at this moment. I think, nah. Magin is looking for something. Magin is looking for something right there. This guy is so quick across the ground. And it's El Canus. Oh, Scottish have hit the post. Very good shot from Saibari. That's a very good attack. El Canus has come to the party in this game. Ooh. The Moroccan team look real dangerous in this first 5 minutes of the second half. That's another Morocco corner again. Deflection of Ainley. And it's Hakimi coming out wide on this right side of Moroccan. Have to really get this corner kick in as well. Oh, what a save from Gun. And it's from El Canus. It's very good save. And his jersey rip. Wonderful save by Gun. Wow, that one saved Scotland in the tournament. It's too easy. It's too easy for the Moroccan team to defend. No real penetration from the Scottish, as they cannot find any room anywhere on this pitch to create nothing much in it to hurt or damage this Moroccan defensive line. The deeper they goes in the defensive third of the Moroccan team is the higher risk of them losing the football because they're just not taking care of it. They are not taking good care of it at this moment. Very good press. Sam Lewis, Ferguson running at the Moroccan team, and it's a very good defense from Budai. Very good defending. Very good defending from Budai. Boadi. And it's Lewis Ferguson picked the pocket off more of the Moroccan captain, Akimi. But Boadi was a very good recover as well from him. I don't know. Whenever this brother play, there's always a moment on the pitch where he's going to be down. Seems like he's going to be out of the game. Tierney, much of an injury-prone player. This player cannot just play a game without any injury concern. Now is the time that Steve Clark want to get Doak on the pitch, Gunnar Doak. That's crazy. This guy's crazy. Cannot see the sense and the logic around this game for Scotland. They're looking more of playing a tactical game that can stop the Moroccan team rather than what they can do with the game, how they can create moments in the game for themselves. Very good shot. I cannot see the Scotland team look dangerous for a good 5 minute spell of attacking, bringing a lot of threats, ask questions from this Moroccan defensive line. And I'm going to sit patiently and see how much this Scotland team going to soak up and how long they're going to carry this type of game where they're just defending. Will they even attack in this game? Will they even be useful in this game? Dow came on. Let's see how much they're going to use him. Let's see how much they're going to create the space, the 1v1 against he's coming up against Mazwari. Oh, that was the best chance. That was the moment, Christie. That was the best of chance and the best of move I've seen all game long from the Scotland team. Turnover from the Moroccan team, D up with a very poor pass as well. You better start, go at it. Better start, go at it. You cannot wait until the last 10 minutes of the game to try to break, try to attack something. But let's see how this one plays out. Scotland is winning the ball high up over the Moroccan half as well. Let's see how this one really plays out. That's a bit of an overpass from Rabo as well. That's crazy. That's the Moroccan team looking shape to take over the whole entire game again by creating the possession game, moving in space, and Scotland just so stagnant, not even press, just running around, chasing the game. It's a very good drive. It's very good defending from Magin, good turnover. But he's trying to hit it long to Doak on that far right hand side, but it's nowhere near perfect for the Bournemouth winger. It's very interested to see the second hydration break, if anything will happen during that little break of tactically how they're going to attack. But the Moroccan team look dangerous, and it's Brahim Diaz on. It's a misplaced pass. Looking for Onai. And it is Morocco 1, Scotland 0. as it is the hydration break at this moment. Let's see if the Scotland team can organize some things, get some forward plays in as well, and get some refreshment. So the last 20, this is it for the Scottish team in this game. They have nothing else to lose but to go right at this Moroccan team. Let's see what the attitude will be right after the second hydration break. Steve Clark will get a nice little 2-3 minutes of plugged in some things that he'd like to pencil out and see how they can really get behind this Morocco team. Either on a wide wing through channels, our players going to run from the midfield, wherever it's going to be direct plays as well. Seeing Jay Adams is off the pitch, Dyke, came on as well. That would be a bit of a long ball option, bit of aerial presence as well. You could see, Doak is pressing the Moroccan backline. Let's see how much they will press. Scott McTominay seems look a bit more higher than usual, but they're dropping deep again. I think they should be going after this Moroccan team. 1-0 down. Their next game will be Brazil. And Brazil will much need a point from their next game, to advance in the automatic qualifying spot. 1-0. Moroccan making it a bit more easy, for the Scotland to still believe. Created so many opportunities in that first 30 minutes of the game. Well, that was all over, the Scottish team, all over Scottish team. Poor from Brahim Diaz as he's trying to hold on to the ball to kill some time, but they still believe in, as the commentator is saying, the Tartan army on the pitch. Scotland is finding a bit more space for some reason. Is it that the Moroccan players are tired, or is just the foul runs pushing back this Moroccan team, where it's creating more spaces for the Scotland players to run into the Moroccan half? Let's see. There was a bit of foul run as well from the Scottish players heading deep into the defensive third of the Moroccan half. And then, you see the Scottish player, get the amount of time to drive from inside of his half into the Moroccan half before Scottish lose out. And it's a very good pass. And it's a very good pass. And it's Brahim Diaz. It's he have done a bad decision right there. That was a poor decision. That was very poor from Brahim Diaz. And he fouled John Magin. That was very poor from Brahim Diaz. Very poor of him. And that's the first time seeing what Dow can do in this game. First time really seeing him going at them. I think they will need more as it's coming closer and closer for. And you could see the Moroccan team is dropping deeper. Now they decide that, we not managed to get that second goal. Let's defend whatever we have on the table. And it is a 1-0 lead. And it's Doak again, coming versus 1v1 versus Mazwari. And he's going to play that one back. And the Scottish team lose out in that game. It's a turnover for turnover. It is literally turnover to turnover. Scotland don't want the ball. Morocco don't want the ball. I think this is the time now to create at least one big moment for the Scottish. And it's Doak. And And it's at least someone is trying to go 1v1 versus the players. And his Boadai, is a very good player as well defending. And it's Sabari. Get up. Referee said, get up, John. They're looking really anxious at this moment, the Scottish players. Nothing for the Scots. They're going to be crying for every single thing. The game is getting very interested. Scotland seems like they want to plug one in. Was that a penalty though? And Scott McTominay, hell no. Nah, that wasn't. No, nothing. Nada. Come on, Scott. You're trying to clutch at everything. You guys have the whole 80 minutes in the game to try do something. And when the game reached into the last 10 minutes, trying to attack, clutch at a straw, asking and beg and crying for a penalty. And the goal scorer is coming off the pitch at this moment. Saibari, El Canus, Brahim Diaz all come off. Rahimi Talbi is on the pitch. Almost. Side netted from the Scottish. Morocco is living dangerously. Living dangerously. Oh, that was the moment. That was a moment from Dykes. That was a moment. That was a moment was pushed by his teammate, by the way, Scott McTominay. That was a moment from the Scottish to at least get that one on target. And everything is it seems like in a hurry at this moment for the Scottish. Where was this urgency in the last 80 minutes of the game? What? They're just throwing body at everything at this moment, the Scottish. They're just clutching at a straw in this game. They wait, defend. Where was this energy? They need a point. A point would have do them well right now. A point would have secured probably a nice spot in the table for Scotland at this moment. And that's the moment. That was a moment again from Scott. That was a moment again from Scott. As Bono is killing time at this moment. Boos ringing inside the stadium coming from the Scotland end. 90 minutes in. 6 minutes added time. So the Scottish have 6 minutes. Real urgency is coming from Scotland in at this moment. The Moroccan team is done. Then the Moroccan team is done. When you talk about energy, pace, they're done. They're finished, man. Mamma mia. Oof. Very good shot from Talby. That's a corner kick. Should be a corner kick. What? No? Get up. Mamuni. This should be the last 30 seconds for the Scottish. And it's a corner kick. This is it for the Tartan army. This is it for them. That is it, people. We'll be back in around 30, 45 minutes for that Brazilian game versus 80. Yeah, much love and respect as well.